Hello again and welcome back. Today we're going to play with parabolas, but I wanted to start by looking at some lines. And this is for my niece Donna because it's something we talked about a long time ago and I hope it still makes sense to her. With a line, your standard is y equals mx plus b, where m, right here, is going to tell you the slope. And one of the things to look at is when you look at a line, if it's going up to the right, then you know it's a positive slope. Positive people are upright citizens. If the line's going down to the right, negative people are downright annoying. Yes, lines will go to the left, but why try and figure that out? You should just be able to look at a line and say it's a positive because it's going up to the right, negative going down to the right. Then there's ones that have no slope. So if m was 0, then there would be no x. So it would be just y equals a number, and that's a flat line. And then there's infinite slopes. And that's when it looks like this. Alright, so those are just a quick look at, so if you played lines y equals mx plus b, then you understand the idea that you can look at a line and know whether it's going to be a big slope, a small slope, a negative slope, or a positive slope. Well, the same is true for parabolas. Now, first of all, the basic parabola is y equals x squared. It's a relationship. It's just saying that when you look at any time there's an x squared, that you can draw it and you can see that relationship. And the basic relationship is that if I go left or right 1, I'm going to go up or down 1, because 1 squared equals 1. And then 2. If I go left or right 2, 2 squared equals 4, and left or right 3, 3 squared equals 9. So this is the basic pattern. It's sort of like buying a car that doesn't have any of the bells and whistles. So this is what our car is going to look like if we haven't upgraded it and put anything on it, given it cool wheels or running board, or even updated the sound system. So 0, 0, and then if I go left or right 1 from the start point, I go up 1. If I go left or right 2, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if I go left or right 3, I'm going to go up 9. Now this is your basic parabola. Okay? That's the base model. Now what I'm going to teach you today is to look at a parabola and know that there's 4 different spots you can see and know what's going to happen to that parabola. So I'm going to draw our basic one once again over here. Woo! Not very basic the way I draw, but it's not about your artwork right now, it's about your math. Okay, so there we go, and our basic pattern is 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9. So let's look at breaking down that basic setup into 4 separate zones. Okay, so right now, with nothing on any of those lines, we've still got y equals x squared. I hope everybody can see that, because these 4 spots, if you look at a basic equation, will tell you what's going to happen to your basic shape. In other words, here's our regular car, but this might be where we're going to add a nicer radio, a running board, some nice wheels, and soup up the paint job. Okay, so this first spot is whether it's going to be plus or minus. And the easy thing about that is if it's a plus, it's a smiling parabola. If it's a minus, it's a frowning parabola. Okay? Now here, there's going to be a number here. Alright? And if there's no number, then it's our standard. If there is a number and it's a big number, then we're going to have super metabolism. So if you've got high metabolism, what happens to your shape is you get skinny. If it's a smaller number, less than 1. Now remember, that has nothing to do with a positive or negative. If you have bad metabolism, then you're going to get wider. Alright? Now inside here, this is going to be our left and right. Okay, so taking this the origin right here and saying, is it going to move this way or this way based on that number? Remember, right now, y equals x squared, the plus, it's a smile. There was no number here, so it's just a regular shape. There's no number here, so it's starting at the origin, not left or right. Alright, so if it's positive, it goes left, and if it's negative, it goes right. And then this number is our up or down. Okay, this one's starting at the origin. It's not going up or down at all. So up is a positive number here. Down is a negative number here. Okay, so this gives you a chance to just look at an equation, and once you look at the equation, know the basic shapes. So we're going to do a few here, which are some basic shapes. So if I said y equals negative 2x squared plus 3, then what's that going to look like? Well, we're going to break it down once again. I'm going to draw it down here for you. I might draw it. There we go. So negative, it's going to be a frown. It's going to be a thin frown. Now there's no number here inside, so this means it just stays right at the origin, except it's going to move up 3. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, and we're going to make it a thin one facing down. Okay, now that's not exact numbers. You can still plug those in, but it gives you a chance to know by looking at the equation what's the parabola going to look like. So if it was 1/2 of x plus 4 squared. Okay, there's nothing written here, so you assume positive, because if there's nothing there, you just assume it's a positive. So that means it's going to be a smile. 1/2 means it's going to be a little bit wider. It's going to change our 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9. The plus means we've moved to the left, and there's no up or down. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. We're going to make it a little bit wider parabola, and it's a smile. So it's just a quick way to look at your equation and automatically go to here, especially when it comes to test taking. You can just look at the pictures on the test and say, I know what that shape's going to be like just by looking at it. Let's do a few more. So remember, I'm going to clear that out. We'll write it right here again. You got those 4 slots. See if you can remember them before I plug them in and what they mean and what they do and how they're going to change your basic car. This one, that's going to be plus or minus. Positive, happy, minus, frowny. This number right here tells you whether you've got a good metabolism and you're super thin, or your metabolism slowed down and you're a little bit wide. This number right here, that is our left and right number. Remember, positive moves to the left, negative moves to the right, and this number is our up and down number. So first one we're going to do y equals negative x squared minus 3. You try and figure out what it's going to look like, where it's going to be located, and then I'll draw it. So negative, frown, nothing, regular shape, so 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9. Nothing inside the parentheses, so no left or right, so we're just going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do, and here I can even do that pattern again where it's just 1s and 4, 1, 1, 2, 4. And there's our parabola with a little ski slope right there. Okay, another one. Y equals, we'll put in everything this time, negative 3x minus 5 squared plus 2. So this is a souped up vehicle. It's got all the bells and whistles on it, like my wife likes. Okay. There we go, negative. It's going to be a frown. 3, it's going to be thin. Minus 5, minus moves it to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And plus 2, up 2. So it's going to start here. It's going to be frown, and it's going to be super thin. And there you go. So that's just a quick look for parabolas for Donna. I hope it helps out, and come back and see me at anyonecandomath.com and ask your questions, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. God bless.